Thank you for settling down, folks. Welcome to the live lineup where you get my show, all these other great shows that are scrolling by for free, and now you get Glenn Greenwald live, who might be the best one on the whole thing. He's got a resume a mile long. Right here at 7 p.m., right after my show. So they call it raiding. He will raid my show. Sounds funny to me. If you want to watch it all ad-free, sign up for Rumble Premium, and don't forget to download the Rumble app. Today I'll be talking about Chicago and Portland, all the blue shitty cities and blue states that just anti-American and suck, and we the first ones we destroy in the Civil War. They're just ignoring Trump and putting our federal ICE agents in literally their lives on the line and doing nothing about it. And also Dirty Sanchez. Mark Sanchez, known for the rump fumble, got into a scrap with a guy who was driving, he's exchanging oil in restaurants at 3 in the morning, which means I don't know what happened. All I know is Sanchez went to jail after they let him out of the hospital. He got stabbed. Kind of interesting? I think so. And then we got a Democrat who's running for whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. But he was calling for the murder of a Republican and the guy's kids. So that's where they are. And how we're even talking to each other about anything anymore is beyond me. So you got all that and a lot more coming up on the show today. Real quick, as you know, I like to do kind of a rundown of the weekend. How about them New England Patriots, folks? I know you're like, Jesus, this. Go into Buffalo last night, of course, in front of a full crowd, national TV. And let me tell you something. Drake may outplay Josh Allen. And he did it by playing just like Josh Allen. Very similar. Rolling out of the pocket. He's great throwing on the run. And Diggs, is it Stephon? Yes. There's a bunch of Stephon. He used to play for Buffalo, so he put on a show. You could tell he was on the sideline leading and stuff. He's like a mature Stephon Diggs now. It's scary. They couldn't cover him. He was making plays, and Drake maybe was on the run and threw a dart. It looked like 35, 40 is on a line. It looked just like a Josh Allen play, like right along the side. He did it a couple times. And anyways, defense looked great, and comes down to a field goal with the last few seconds left. It reminded me, folks, and I don't want to get too excited here. It's definitely a turning point for the Patriots since they've been disappeared in the last few years. But it reminded me when Brady won his first Super Bowl against the Rams. Remember, they were like a 2-touchdown underdog. And Pats weren't a 2-touchdown underdog, but they were a big underdog last night. And it kind of reminded me, the new young quarterback pulls off, and the kicker comes in like Adam Vinatieri did to win it against the Rams. It reminded me of that. That's a great point if I was had a fucking sports show. Here it doesn't mean shit. Yeah. Thank you to you people. Oh, by the way, I might as well get it all the way. Red Sox. But as me and Dallas agreed, their goal was to make the playoffs this year. And let me tell you, and I know you can't make it, but if they had Roman Anthony, it would have been a different series, man. He's that much of a game changer. Anyway, whatever. The Yankees had a pitcher named Schlittler, rookie, who struck out, he set a record, struck out 12 or 13 Sox, throwing gas at 101. I mean, with ease. Like, he was throwing that shit with ease. And he looked like a fucking young Nolan Ryan. So they got that to look forward to. Although they went to Toronto this weekend and took it in the ass twice. Ouch. Oh, Canada. I enjoyed the Yankees getting smacked. Real good. Smack them nice. Anyways, we'll see you next October or September, whatever. Thank you to you guys who came out to Arlington Draft House, one of my favorite gigs. Thank you to Pete. Pete owns it now. He was the manager. Now he owns the theater as of May. Him and his wife bought it. And he's got a bar that he has been on for a few years across the street. And I had a blast. And we got it on tape. The club had a camera and shit. And another guy actually used his whatever. He's going to splice it together for me, which... And I'll let you watch it with me, Dallas. I threw out this. I was working off the cuff. I was in a good mood. I could feel a good one coming on. You know me. That's not me before a show. I'm usually pacing and spitting on the rug. Anyways, yeah, I had about 4 drinks of me, and I said, I'm going to fucking cut loose. I'll probably watch and go, we can't put any of this on the air. I'll be hanged. But it felt good, and I fucking murdered, and then had the meet and greet after, and then I go across to Pete's bar after, and there's like a table of people. I think they were at the meet and greet. Most of them had seen me 4 or 5 times, they said. And there was one guy there who was Devin Nunes's communications director. And he goes, we loved you in our office. And I go, does Devin even? He goes, Devin knows who you are. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on here? Which scares me. I'm like, nah. First of all, how do you know me that good? But anyways, he was giving me some inside baseball, not things that I can't talk about, just how I asked him how Biden stole the election and the Dems, and he told me exactly the game plan, how they practiced by using California a couple of years earlier. I mean, I said this to him too. I go, you got to admit one thing. The left is smarter than the right because they've been playing us like a violin for 40 years. It took Trump to go, what the fuck is going on here? Don't be ashamed of being white. You're right. That's not exactly what he said, but not a... Yeah, I'm paraphrasing. If you're white, you're right. What's the matter with... So it was fascinating talking to him and his friends, and I said to Dallas, it's like, if I do a club in St. Louis, the people you meet or hang out at the bar work at Budweiser or whatever, right? Or pick any industry, Vermont, or be maple syrup people. I think they like comedy. Hey, I'm in a sticky situation. Sing, sing. Go ahead. Give it the southern. Wah, wah, wah. Anyhow. So, yes, had a great time there. Got really drunk. Drunk like I was I was drinking like I was my senior prom in high school. It was really, just felt good. Came off, I had a killer set, got it all on tape, and I'm like, fucking, give me a shot of that shit. Give me a shot of that. This sucks. Give me another one.
No hecklers?
No. Not that I can remember. I don't think so. These people, I said to them, because Arlington's right on the edge. It's only 15 minutes from D.C., right? So it's right on the edge. So I said, even in Arlington, I bet you most of it's blue. I said, you guys are like, when you're panhandling, all the shit falls through and have a couple nuggets. They came to the show. The people that like me, no, they were well behaved, and the place looks better. Pete fixed it up and stuff, but it was a good gig. Also, that's about it. I think I figured out my bathroom incident, how it happened. I was laying in bed since it happened. I've been laying in bed going, what went on? And you guys got to laugh. I really think this is true, though. I'm not big. I don't drink water during the day. I force myself to drink Gatorade. I don't even like that. I never get thirsty. I could play 2 games of hoop in 100-degree weather and then eat a pizza without having a drink. I'm fucking... My family's like that. They're fucking weird like that. Anyhow, I remember, and it was like 3 or 4 days before the incident, I remember eating about a half a box of Triscuits with cheese, like slices of American cheese on them. Gee, why don't you just weld my asshole shut? I spackled my own asshole shut. I really think that's what it was, because I know I don't drink enough water. You can't do that. And I don't know why I'm filling you guys in on this gross shit. And the first time it happened, which was like a year ago, same thing. I made nachos in the microwave and only had about a pound of sharp cheddar cheese on them. Wonder why I'm giving birth to triplets. I had to cut the cord on this one. My wife had to perform a episiotomy. She had to cut my asshole. Can you imagine? I'm talking to you, fucks. All right. Anyhow, all right, let's get on with it. I killed enough. But again, thank you. When you guys come out, it still makes me laugh that people take a shower and stuff and come out. You know what I mean? Seriously, that's what we appreciate the most. Somebody took the time to buy tickets a few weeks ago. Actually, well, I don't know if you guys shower. It's my show. But anyways, I can't tell you how much it means to me at this stage of my life. I got about a week left. Let's go. Let's get started. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you the story. I did this on purpose. I'm going to give you the first draft of the story, which I read like Sunday morning, right? And then I'm going to give you the second draft that night, just to show you how much lying goes on and how, only some places stay on top of the stories. Chicago cops cower, which is a little inaccurate. But I'll tell you what. They were told. Chicago police officers en route to help federal agents who were being surrounded and menaced by an angry mob of ICE protesters was seemingly ordered by their chief of patrol to stand down and not provide assistance, stunning dispatch audio and internal... Wait a minute. Am I reading do I have these in the right order? This is the first one, right?
Yeah.
What's the second one called?
The second one is them being told to stand down.
What was this one called?
Cower.
Oh. The group of agents... The group of agents was conducting a routine patrol in the city's south side on Saturday when they were attacked, literally, there was clips of it, and rammed by vehicles and boxed in by 10 cars. Who said that? The Department of Homeland Security said that. See, that's the difference between Dems and Republic. You can go online and see the actual shit. The agents were on patrol about 15 miles from the anti-ICE protests that have been simmering for several days outside the ICE processing center in the Chicago suburb of Broadview when the attack began. Once they attempted to flee ICE, their trapped vehicle, a woman later found to be toting a semi-automatic weapon, attempted to run the officers down, but was shot by police. Hope they got her right in the you-know-what. That's right, the bum. Wow. Local cops are initially ready to help the agents, but were ordered to stand down by the chief of patrol, according to the shocking dispatch audio transmissions. It said, young male Hispanic wearing all black wanted for the hit and run. This guy fled from the scene, a female dispatcher blares, in response to a call for help by the surrounded ICE agents on audio shared by X Alerts. When the offending vehicle crashed, they ran the federal agents off the road, then they fled on foot westbound. Is the second article going to be different? I feel like I'm giving it all away here.
Yeah, there's enough going on there. More details of how
all right. This is what happens while you're preparing the story. You got one eye on the Patriots, another eye on a fucking hockey game in girls' field hockey. A male voice then comes on the radio channel telling the dispatcher, to direct officers to head to the scene and, I quote, stay put a few blocks away. Mind you, this is federal agents surrounded by an angry mob. It's way more dangerous when you see it than when you just read it. And await further instruction, which she relays. A few seconds later, the male voice is heard again saying tersely, per the chief of patrol, clear everybody out. We're not responding over there. The female dispatcher then tells officers on the way to the distress call, per the chief of patrol, all units clear out from there. We're not sending anybody out to that location. Just let that sink in for a second. And then that fat fuck Pritzker has the balls to go, Trump's un-American and addicted. Think about that for a second. The Chicago Police Department disputed the claims, saying its officers were on the scene, translation, they're lying fucks, to clarify misinformation currently circulating. CPD officers did in fact respond to the shooting scene involving federal authorities on Saturday to maintain public safety and traffic control. Remember that statement the department said in a statement. This is why I'm doing both sides here. The Chicago Police Department will always, this is a quote from them, respond to anyone who is being attacked or is under the threat of physical harm, the department added. For incidents involving federal immigration enforcement, CPD supervisors will respond to the scene and determine the appropriate course of action in accordance with the city laws. Even then, they word it so, we'll go there, but then we'll decide. We'll evaluate. And even if they did that, they evaluated that they weren't in trouble, they just...
He's lying.
Dallas did do that black thing with his head that black women do. That creeped me right out. 10 cars have surrounded the federal agents, Trump officials said. Okay, so that's the first version, folks, right? And this might have a little overlap, but again, that was in the morning. Then later that night, sit down and see what's the latest. Chicago cops told to stand down is what I call this, because that's what it says right in the, with proof, by the way. It says, but two senior Chicago police sources told Fox News the department's statement was false and that internal communications tell a very different story. Oh, you're making it up, Republicans. Oh, yeah? Well, sit tight, douche. One ranking source told Fox News that the Chicago Police Department's statement is, and I quote, not true, pointing to legit dispatch audio. That's what's funny about these dumb Democrat fucks. They lie on camera, not knowing 2 weeks later it's going to bite them in the ass. They lie like this, not knowing there's audio out there and a police radio. The second ranking police department source told Fox News their statement is cover their ass bullshit. Okay? That's a cop telling you. The IRT team was called off while they were en route to handle the shooting the ETs were told to disregard. I'm so irate about it, I filed a FOIA request last night. The second source added, in quotes, I have never been more embarrassed to be a former member of this department with the current leadership in place. And he's talking about fat boy blowjob Pritzker and every from him on down. He's just a fat slob, rich, dumb fuck who really thinks after this last election that this shit's going to get, he thinks he's going to run for president. And if, you know what his rating is as a mayor right now? Guys want to guess? How about 6%? How about 6%? Not mayor, I'm sorry, governor. I'm sorry, even worse, governor. For you Latinos, seis. For you Polish, I don't know. Department with current leadership. I feel for the men and women. This is a guy who used to be, but he's a source still in the ranks. He goes, I feel for the men and women left behind, forced to work under these cowards as their command. Don't forget, seriously, can you imagine being surrounded and you don't have support coming from your cops, the local cops, but again, it's a sanctuary city in a blue state and all that other horse shit. That's it, folks. If you want to watch the whole show live and free, go to Rumble and sign up for free. And while you're at it, go to nickdip.com for tour dates and merch. We'll see you guys next time.
Hi. Good night, everybody.